1. Georgia's new invasive pest threats. Spotted lanternfly alert. 2. Spotted lanternflies in NYC. Why stomping them might not work anymore. 3. Invasive spotted lanternfly. What you need to know in Michigan. 1. Georgia's new invasive pest threats. Spotted lanternfly alert. Imagine a tiny, seemingly harmless insect that can wreak havoc on entire ecosystems. That's exactly what's happening in Georgia with the arrival of its newest invasive species, a pest that poses a significant threat to crops and trees. The spotted lanternfly, an invasive insect first spotted in Pennsylvania back in 2014, has now been confirmed in Fulton County, Georgia, and is sparking alarm among agricultural experts. According to the University of Georgia, this pest feeds on over 70 plant species, including economically vital hardwood trees, roses, hops, grapevines, and stone fruits like peaches, plums, and cherries. The financial implications of this infestation could be severe, potentially impacting the state's economy. But here's where it gets worrying. Beyond eating away at valuable vegetation, the spotted lanternfly leaves behind a sticky, sugary substance known as honeydew on surfaces and plants. This residue promotes the growth of black sooty mold, a fungus that not only mars the appearance of plants and structures, but can also cause damage and be a real challenge to remove from outdoor surfaces and vehicles. The spotted lanternfly is easily recognizable. Adults are about an inch long with gray wings covered in black spots. When they spread their wings, you'll notice bright red underwings with black markings, and their bodies are yellow with black stripes. Young lanternflies, or nymphs, start off small and black with white spots. As they mature, they turn red and black, still covered in white spots, and although they can't fly, they move quickly by hopping. Their egg masses resemble gray or brown smudges and are often found on tree trunks, vehicles, rocks, or outdoor gear. If you encounter a spotted lanternfly, experts advise taking immediate action to eliminate it, squashing it by hand, stomping on it, or using a fly swatter to prevent it from spreading. The urgency of this situation prompts a crucial question. How can we effectively manage this invasive species without causing unintended environmental impacts? What strategies do you think are most effective in combating such threats? Share your thoughts in the comments. Contact Vanessa Countryman, the trending topics reporter for the Deep South Connect Team Georgia, at countryman@gannett.com for more information. 2. Spotted lanternflies in NYC. Why stomping them might not work anymore. New Yorkers, brace yourselves. Spotted lanternflies are back for another summer, and this time, they're here to stay. When these colorful pests first made an appearance in the city about 5 years ago, the advice was simple: squish them. But according to experts, that approach is now more of a symbolic gesture than a practical solution. Let's be clear, stomping on them won't eradicate the problem, explains Chris Logue, director of the State Division of Plants at the Department of Agriculture and Markets. Our current strategy isn't about wiping them out, it's about slowing their spread. Originally from Asia, these bugs have been a nuisance in the U.S. since around 2010, starting in Pennsylvania and eventually making their way to New York City by summer 2020. Now, their numbers are on the rise, particularly upstate, where they pose a significant threat to grape vineyards. New York is a major player in grape production, ranking third in the country, so this is a concern for both farmers and the wine industry. To keep track of the lanternfly invasion, Cornell University has enlisted the public's help through a mapping project. These bugs are pretty distinctive, so if you spot one, we encourage you to take a picture and report it, says Brian Eschenor, an invasive species specialist at Cornell. While it might feel satisfying to squish them, documenting their locations is more useful right now. Early-stage lanternflies are black with white spots, turning red with white spots as they mature. Adults have pinkish tan and red wings adorned with black spots. Reporting sightings through Cornell's portal helps researchers understand the bug's movements and assists grape farmers in preparing for potential infestations. Eschenor notes that there's no need to report sightings in areas like the lower Hudson Valley or New York City, where the presence of lanternflies is already well known. The insects primarily spread by hitchhiking, often on vehicles or rail cars, which explains their appearance in cities far from their initial infestation sites. So, what can New Yorkers do to combat the lanternfly threat? The key is prevention. Before you hit the road, check your car for any stowaway bugs or their egg masses, advises Logue. Small steps can help prevent the spread. As for dealing with the lanternflies already in the city, the approach remains largely the same. The Brooklyn Botanic Garden, for instance, isn't as alarmed this year as in the past. We're learning to live with them, says Shauna Moore, director of horticulture. The goal now is to manage their impact rather than eradicate them. This summer, expect to see fewer lanternflies in large groups. They've adapted to their new environment and are likely to be more dispersed. While this might seem like a victory, experts caution that the situation is far from resolved. A recent study by Kristen Winchell, a biology professor at NYU, found that lanternflies are now living up to 5 months longer than when they first arrived in the U.S. This means more time for them to reproduce and spread, Winchell explains. We're seeing them earlier each year, which is a concern. So, if you spot a spotted lanternfly this season, feel free to squish it if it makes you feel better. But remember, the real battle is about monitoring their spread and taking preventive measures to protect our ecosystems and agriculture. As Winchell puts it, every little bit helps, but we need to stay vigilant. 3. Invasive spotted lanternfly. What you need to know in Michigan. Imagine waking up to find that your beautiful garden or backyard is overrun by a tiny, yet formidable, invasive pest. This is the harsh reality many Michiganders face as the spotted lanternfly continues its relentless spread across Michigan. Despite not posing a direct threat to humans or animals, this insect's voracious appetite for an array of plants and trees can have far-reaching consequences for local ecosystems. The Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, DARD, is working tirelessly to prevent the expansion of this invasive species, but residents play a crucial role in this battle. So, what exactly is the spotted lanternfly, and how can you help combat its spread? Let's dive into the details. The spotted lanternfly was first detected in Pennsylvania back in 2014 and has since disseminated to 18 states, revealing the alarming rate at which it can spread. This insect primarily targets the tree of heaven, but its feeding range extends to over 70 types of plants and trees commonly found in gardens and landscapes. The spotted lanternfly's modus operandi is to suck sap from its host plants, producing large amounts of sticky honeydew. This honeydew leads to the growth of black mold, which not only mars the appearance of surroundings, but also attracts unwanted pests like flies, ants, and yellow jackets. Why is this such a big deal? The spread of the spotted lanternfly can significantly stress plants, though it does not typically cause severe harm to host trees. It also doesn't bite or sting humans or animals, making it more of a nuisance than a threat. However, its presence can lead to unsightly molds and attract unwanted pests, which can become a persistent problem for residents. The real challenge lies in containing its spread, which requires a concerted effort from everyone involved. In Michigan, the spotted lanternfly has been confirmed in several counties, including Oakland, Macomb, Monroe, and Wayne. While residents in these areas are not required to report individual sightings, they are advised to contact a certified pesticide applicator if they notice an infestation on their property. This is crucial for controlling the population and preventing further spread. But here's where it gets interesting. The spotted lanternfly has several life stages that are quite distinctive. Young lanternflies are black with white spots and will eventually develop red patches as they mature. Adult lanternflies have tan wings with black spots and are about 1.5 inches wide. When they spread their wings, their striking black and red undersides become visible. So, what can you do to help? If you spot one of these insects, take a photo, note the time, date, and location, and report it to the Michigan authorities. This simple act can significantly contribute to the broader effort to slow the spread of this invasive pest. As Deb McCullough, professor at the Michigan State University Departments of Entomology and Forestry, noted, there is a strong team effort between state agencies, researchers, and the public to detect and manage new infestations. By staying informed and proactive, Michiganders can play a pivotal role in safeguarding their environment and preserving the beauty of their outdoor spaces. And this is the part most people miss. The spotted lanternfly's impact isn't just about aesthetics, it affects the overall health of the ecosystem. By understanding this invasive species and its habits, we can better tackle its spread. So, here's the question. How far do you think the community should go in battling invasive species like the spotted lanternfly? Should there be stricter regulations or more public awareness campaigns? Share your thoughts in the comments below.